Hello, hello, welcome back. Alright, so start off, something important you should do is go back to Merchant Town Bazaar and pick up, let's see, where is it? Sorry, wrong tab. The More Encounters ability. This is what you need to go back to Bazaar for. You go back to Bazaar, you talk to Metello, and he gives you the chain ability. This is very useful for an upcoming segment. Not only is it useful for leveling in general, but an upcoming segment will give you an opportunity to farm for mystery seeds. Now, mystery seeds are known as question mark seeds, aka three question marks, and they're used solely to, to create items to class change. You need them for your level 3 upgrade. We're going to put that in there for now. And you're going to want to have Lucky Fund as well. As far as I know, Lucky Fund stacks, so drop the hit points. And we're off we go.
Sure. I hope we do not have to fight the Beastmen, but we will do what we must. Let us work together to come up. This is how it is done in the rough way. I will not hold back. Try to get
And also, the Duskmoon Forest is part of Kevin's starting scenario. So if you have him in the party, or rather he's your main character, you'll get part of the map revealed, just like with Angela and any other characters you start with. And we went the wrong way. No, she's using Lucid Beam on her own now. We must be around dark, light weak enemies. Okay, we almost did it again. All right. We'll handle our trading points a bit. Also, look, up there is a little cactus, so we're going to take a trip around and get them.
Our journey is planned.
Wait, I didn't want to run from that. Oh well. I was just trying to go over there and get that, but forgot you can't do it in combat.
Comfortable though.
And here we are, a big boss.
You had no chance of
You, the beast man who had me thrown in jail? I will make you regret it. Do you even know who I am? I will not fall. Don't keep me waiting. Allow me.
Alright, so you have Riesz buff. This is a boss where it's a kind of a gut check on whether or not you're paying attention or you're just trying to caveman. Especially on higher difficulty levels.
Isn't funny.
Alright, so he's been debuffed. Now we're going to switch to Riesz and get our buffs up. This is much easier when you have Starlancer. Oh, we forgot to put our... Ooh. We're going to have to reload. Because I forgot to fix our cup wishes. So yeah, that's a mistake. Do not make sure you have your cup of wishes, because that's gonna be a big thing in this. Fortunately, it puts us right outside here, which is great. All right, so let's check this. Get that off there. We don't need the Siren Claw either. Oh, we don't have any period. Oh, we are going to be very careful, aren't we? I thought we had some. Well, as soon as you can, buy some if you don't already have them at this point. But it's also a good idea to make sure we have our buffs and everything set up correctly.
Don't keep me waiting.
Actually, we might want to control Angela for this.
You, the beast man who had me thrown in jail? I will make you regret it. Do you even know who I am? Don't keep me waiting.
Remember what I was saying about Angela being ridiculous? Yeah. We are ridiculous. We haven't gotten our level 3 upgrade yet. Oh, and I don't know why I picked out. I was trying to pick the walnut.
Okay, leave it to me.
Allow me. Let the magic flow through me. Don't keep me waiting. Go regret. Watch out! He's not holding back at all.
Counter am I? What a coincidence. Okay, so she's down. We can't refresh buffs. Not a big deal.
You think this is funny?
Here we go.
So yeah, Angela is ridiculous. It's like seriously, Angela is going to be one of your best options in any difficulty below expert. Expert, she's going to struggle, but I think you can clear the game reliably on expert with her. Despite what I said before about the general consensus being she's not good on higher difficulties than that. But no future, I probably wouldn't use her. Anyway, we got Luna available. So Moon Saber. Now that's interesting because if I remember correctly, no wait, I'm thinking of another one. Hawkeye, one of Hawkeye's light classes can get Leaf Saber, but Moon Saber is a light side ability for Duran, and it's very interesting because it basically gives you life steal. And that can be very interesting on certain difficulties and with the right combinations. Now, it mentions Moon Energy and half Eclipse. Moon Energy is actually a good one, if I remember right, but I never really had much use for it because you could just get that via items, if I remember right. However, half Eclipse is very interesting because I believe it works on anything that isn't a boss. So if you're struggling with a tough spawn or something, smack them with Eclipse. Now we're gonna run in Gourmand. In the original translation, it's called Death Jester, which is honestly a much more hardcore name. Now you try to explore around. Yeah. Little cactus, grab ya. Now this is actually an area for mystery seed farming. But you can't access it until the Benevolodons are awake. And now we're off to get Dryad.
Allow me.
So let's head back.
I'll take point and move the rear to you.
Allow me to prepare.
Oof. Keep hitting the wrong buttons on the pad.
We won admirably. Auntie, be careful! There! Holy
Took care of that.
Finally, a new head accessory. We haven't seen new helmet upgrades in a long time, have we?
area is clear of threats. We have earned a rest.
And this is the way you would be going if you were going to the Beast Kingdom, which you will have to go to at some point. As I said before, you do revisit the home kingdoms of each character at some point or another in regards to their story as well as their, story path, villain path, like that we established at the start of the game. On top of, you need to revisit it for their level 4 upgrade.
Time to work together. This should do it. Can't be. Make no mistake, I'm stronger now.
Come on! Let's fight each other! Of course you won.
Alright, get the map filled in. Ooh, little cactus. It's also why you want to come over here, because little cactus. So anyway, to further clarify what I meant by revisiting the kingdoms. All right, so the starting characters areas have multiple uses. One is obviously is where you start the game if you pick that as your main character. Two, it determines your character villain path. And three, it is where your class 4 upgrade quest is done. Now, since we don't have, Kevin in our party, either as a main character or anything, we will not be coming back to the Beast Kingdom at all in this playthrough. However, we will be going back to Laurent and Navarro, and Altena because Angela is our main character and in our party. However, we had Kevin in the party, and then we had to come back here, so... Let's see, where are we at? Okay.
It is unwise to get in our way. This is how it is done in the
Not too bad, if I do say so myself.
hostile entities. Be careful.
Too bad. Know my own strength.
Yeah. So sometimes, you know, if you have the mini-map rotating around, they can mess you up like that. So we gotta get back to town, buy a bunch of items, and get ready for the next area.
Try to get it. That was the last of them. Don't get too comfortable, though.
It is unwise to get in our way.
Not too bad, if I do say so myself.
Rest is imperative in these situations. We should stop soon. Okay. We run admirably.
All right, let's get going. Oh, that's right. Buy items. Wait, it's in the item shop here. Oh, it's hidden underneath the chest icon. I was confused.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse.
So that's actually really useful if you don't have a dedicated debuffer in the party, or you're having trouble getting your debuffs off. So it's guaranteed, I believe, versus Hawkeye's being and Riesz's being chance percentage for it sticks. So yeah, if you're having trouble getting it, there you go.
Lots of wares to browse. Oh, good choice.
There we go. That should hold us for a long time.
Oh, good choice. You come again. Come again.
We're also going to cash out our points before we move on as well, because we're a little bit behind on that. Wait, did we? Oh, it must have been there and I just didn't notice that well. We don't need the Chobin oils for a while. I think that's honestly for bosses on expert or no feature. I can't think of anything immediately that you need Chobin for. Now you can see this is our level 2 magic. So first off, plus means AoE, and this is level 2 magic. And if I remember correctly, only Archmage can get level 3 magic for Angela, for at least the light side elements. So she gets level 3 magic for dark stuff like Shade and the Arcane spell. Or I think it's called Arcane. I remember I think they changed its name from Death Spell to something else in this, but I can't remember what category is it called. I just say Arcane as a generic, other category. But you notice, I meant to talk about this before, but you notice there are certain ones that have level 3. Yeah, we have Spike Freeze here. Or sorry, level 2. This is level 2 magic here. It's stronger and it does a lot of damage. And this is what Lucent Beam is for that. Yeah, it is the level 2 magic. It is strong. You saw what we just did to Ludgar. So 2 more points and we can get better increases from stats. Our stat ups. And I do need to keep forgetting to check into how does the weak point work. I'm pretty sure it's only for their damage. And not party damage. If it's party damage, then anybody who has that ability is going to be absurd. So again, it's something I need to research, and I'm sorry that I keep forgetting to do it. And I don't know why I keep doing that. Muscle memory.
We're on the last mana stone. We just have to find the woodstone. Let's go to Lampbloom Woods. Once Dryad, the elemental of wood, has joined us, we will have...
Is that how it's pronounced? I was reading it as Dryad, not Dryad.
Please wait for me.
And if you come here when you're supposed to, you get this. An actual cutscene.
Allow me.
And this is why we remember last session when I showed you, why we couldn't get in. It's because we didn't have Luna.
These plants are Duskmoon vine. My powers can unseal the path.
So the game does make you do railroading in a bit. That will not allow you to go through, past until you're ready, either story or mechanically. Now, interestingly enough, if I remember correctly, in the original, when Luna does this, she comments about wanting to keep one of the flowers. But I could be confusing that for something Dryad says. One of them does it. I just don't know. Remember if they kept it in this or not.
Charlotte? What
Now, this scene plays out differently if Charlotte's in the party.
wrong time?
This entire segment actually plays out differently if Charlotte's in the party.
So I can help my grandpa. He's sick. After you heartlessly left me at the temple, I made it through countless hardships and finally reached these woods. Oh, sorry about that. As long as you're sorry. It wasn't an easy trip, you know. Especially the cannon.
And I'm letting it play out because Charlotte's adorable. One of the best parts of the game.
Maya and asked Bon Voyage for a ride in his cannon? I guess. Basically. But forget about that. What are you all hanging around here for anyway? We were looking for the elfin village of Dior. Ha ha! You'll probably never find it. After all, you don't know the secret trick my grandpa taught me. Too bad for you. Wait, what secret? Ha ha! I'm not telling.
Again, this plays out differently. If she's in the party, then she tells you how to get there. Because you're already helping her.
Fine then. Here I go. This is how it is done in the rough way. Well fought.
Not too bad, if I do say so myself. Gotta get this nuisance out of the way before we...
There. Okay. Here. Okay. Well fought. That was exhilarating.
I'll take point and leave the rear to you.
This is how it is done in the rough way. This is talent.
Gotta get this nuisance out of the way before we can go. This should do it. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
Let us work together to defeat the enemy.
Man! Don't you just hate that?
You win. Area is clear. Allow me.
Watch out for the enemy.
We won admirably. I don't have time for this.
Alright, so drop this, drop these guys.
Stay away! Don't go into a dangerous forest alone. Fine.
Now, see, if she, within the party, she tells you a secret, but here you save her, and then she tells you.
Follow those to get to Dior. Look, see the wet flowers? That's the way to Dior.
Alright, so anyway, something I forgot to say about this game is, if Charlotte's crying, that means someone's getting put on the VIP ass-kicking list. Which is like, it's the same thing as, beating women in Yakuza. It means, you get an ass beating, but this time we get serious about it. Alright, so let me look up where Little Cactus is, because I forgot to spot it in here. We kind of stumbled upon him in the Moonlight Forest. Alright, let's see. Oh, he's in, he's after the maze. Okay, no problem. And now give us another upgrade. Alright, so continue on just a moment. So follow the red rose.
What a joke.
So check this out. This is a barrier you can't cross because this leads to the Benevodon. Oh, that was all of them. Where's the last one? Ah.
The area is clear of threats. We have earned a rest.
So these are Lampblooms? Such rare specimens probably sell for a lot. Oh, sorry. Finding the elves in Dior is our priority.
These woods are anything but ordinary. Let your guards down.
That was the last of them. Don't get too comfortable, though. That's disappointing. Gotta get this nuisance out of the way before we can go.
We should continue on our journey as planned.
So notice you have no map here. That's intentional. You're supposed to be following the red lamps anyway. So.
Okay.
Don't keep me waiting. There. There we go.
Okay, we're in 3, so he should be right here somewhere. There he is. Couldn't see him. How you doing, little buddy? Give me that reward. And as soon as we can, we should go over there and check out the new items. So there's a reason why this is interactable. If you have Charlotte in the party or she's your main character, this is something that's only relevant to her. So you get cold-shouldered until you talk to the elder.
Nothing to say to humans.
Man, elf with a beard. You tell these guys didn't play D&D.
Elder! Please. We need your help.
Oh, you are the
So there's two ways this scene plays out. One is the standard one, which is Faerie.
There you are.
Two is sorry. The second way it plays out is if Charlotte is in the party. If Charlotte is in the party, it plays out so much differently, and you get a chain ability from the Elfin Elder.
You do not remember. You were very young when you were taken to Wendell. I should not be surprised.
Oh, so you are the Elfin Elder, huh? Wait, no time for that. My grandpa is sick. He needs your help. Please. When the Priest of Light put up a barrier to protect Holy City Wendell, he used forbidden magic that came with a terrible curse.
It's interesting that barrier magic takes up such a high cost.
I see. I did not think I would ever hear tell of the Priest of Light again. It must be Laron and Shayla's will from the world beyond.
Papa and Mama?
Yes, my child. Dividing their families caused Laron and Shayla much pain. Humans and elves are forbidden to marry. His Eminence and I were against the union, afraid that it would shorten their lifespan.
So I'm letting this scene play out so you can see why it plays out so differently.
More important to them than our laws. Shayla left Dior and eloped with Laron. Once I saw their happiness, I reluctantly relented. After a time, they had you, Charlotte. Though they departed this
What I was saying, this is why that's why the Greystones are interactable. They're Charlotte's parents.
To assuage his guilty conscience for abandoning his son, His Eminence swore to raise you, his granddaughter, in Laron's place. That is when you left Dior for the Temple of Light. And to avoid future tragedy, I sealed Dior away.
It does beg the question, how did she find out?
We two agreed that only elves were to know where to find this settlement.
And you know, in the process, you learn something major about Charlotte, that she is not a human fully. She's half elven. All right, Elder, you know the rule. You made her cry. Line your ass up.
Regarding the issue of His Eminence's illness, I'm afraid there is nothing I can do with the mana of the world so depleted.
In the end, sounds like our only hope is to get the Sword of Mana. And as the goddess of mana...
Anna, damn it, why can't they pronounce this for shit?
Faerie is helping us to find the elementals so that we can open the portal to the Sanctuary of Mana. Can you please tell us where we can find the Woodstone?
There is a mana statue in the northwest.
Anyway, so I just want to let that play out because again, yeah, we'll see it again when we get to Charlotte's run, or rather with Charlotte in the party. But it does play out noticeably different if she's there, and you do get her. You do get the Elfin Elder's ability. So that's something I forgot to talk about, is that some chain abilities can only be unlocked with certain characters in the party. And it's why when you do your first run, use the other 3 characters for your next one. That way you get a lot of the character abilities that are specific only to that character. On top of their job, you'll get the special unlocks on top of those class unlocks. Alright, so let's find Little Cactus.
Welcome. Come, take a look.
This is useful.
I have an eye for quality.
I'll make use of this.
Come again.
Now we're kind of cash strapped right now, so we're going to lay off on buying anything other than weapons. Your armor would be nice, but we're not that rich right now, unfortunately. There you are, Little Cactus.
Fate for elves and humans in love. It's so sad. For now, we should head to the mana statue. No. I will not hold back. We should work together to defeat this threat! This seen this plant. Oh. There you are.
It was Luna who says it. Okay, see, I knew I was remembering it right.
Flowers with me.
It does beg the question of whether or not they could do that. Like, can they actually take stuff away? They're kind of intangible spirits, but at the same time, there's a lot of questions about this kind of thing that are never really answered. So I was wrong. This wasn't the Benevodon area. There is a Benevodon. Oh wait, I remember now. Okay, so the wood Benevodon is accessed a different area entirely. And notice the gold statue right next to an entrance. We got a boss upcoming. And if you haven't saved it in a while, make sure to do that. Now, let's see. If I remember correctly, this one doesn't have an elemental weakness. But, yeah, let's check our items.
Don't keep me waiting.
Okay.
Switch to Hawkeye to start off, because we want to debuff right away.
Don't worry. Or, well, maybe you should worry. But this is a monster. A lot bigger than typical monsters, though. Defeat it first, and we can figure out what's wrong later. Allow me.
Oh, that's right. We didn't put our...
Mental isn't funny.
Try to get
Wait. We not have chocolates on... Oh, no.
Power to you. Don't keep me waiting. The syringe to protect. Let the magic flow through me. How's that? You'll regret this. Here. You win. Stay tuned.
I'm not sure why it keeps changing targets like that. I'm not doing that. Kaboom! The Lucid Beam Spam is incredibly effective. I think the only one it doesn't work against is anything that's, you know, light aligned. And notice we're almost level 38. So that means we're going to need to look for the class seats soon. Now, Leaf Saver is something I believe one of Hawkeye's light classes gets, but it's also more common with Duran's light classes. And most of these are going to be in Charlotte's trees, because she tends to be the healing and buffing, you know, character in this game. Didn't realize we were that behind on him. Oof. So, you know, the payback is nice, but same time, we're about to upgrade to our Starlancer, so we want to have that stat move bonus, you know, just there ahead of time. She's going to be ridiculous very soon. So let me see if we missed any extra little cactus here. Oh, I think we did miss one. So it says the south with the golden statue. Let's see. Okay, I'm just trying to get the load. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's really close to the statue. You turn around and go back up there. Yep, right there. Cool, we found him.
This is my fight. No need to trouble me. I will not hold back. Okay. You win. How's it going? to defeat the enemy. Time for retreat.
Shadow Slash!
Oh, we're going the wrong way. All right.
Careful! It's the enemy. Time for retreat. I don't have time for this. Stop. This is my fight. No need to trouble yourselves. This is my fight. No need to trouble yourselves.
Oh. And there you go again. So note that your hotbars and such are character specific. So we're going to make sure we have this set up for the future, because I keep forgetting. So also something to note about the drum that summons Flammie and the Faerie flute. Only your main character will ever use them, even if you've selected as a different character entirely. And this is where you come to Oblivion normally. Yeah, if you come to an area you're supposed to be in normally, you'll get the cutscene. If you're not supposed to be there at that point, then you don't get it.
We made it this far. Come on.
Now this is where all the the storylines converge. I should explain what I mean. So as you've seen, we get three. Well, sorry, 1 of 6 different starts. However, this is where they all converge, and then you get your main villain's path, and the other 2 get taken out of the story. It's the big invasion of the Holy Land.
Malokio? What is it?
They have opened the portal.
He has a way different name in this translation. Originally, it's called Jagan.
You forget to whom you speak. Of the two?
And now we gotta go back to Laurent. If Riesz is in the party, you get a special cutscene talking about it.
Don't keep me waiting.
Alright, so use the wraparound tactic to get back to Laurent.
get to Celestial Peak from the Citadel. Hurry!
Again, if Riesz is not in the party, you do not get this little, you know, this little extra bit. We're actually going to go back and go over to Bazaar so we can look at the new items available. And we should be able to get to Bazaar from here. Let's see, there it is. There's the jump.
Coming aboard?
Alright, so we're gonna head on over. And we'll probably have to pop a dream read in order to get, you know, nighttime. Oh, there it is. Knew I saw the glint. So I wonder, does like nobody notice? You know, anybody doing this? Just changing night and day on the fly.
Good choice.
Should definitely pick up some of these while we're here.
You come again. Come again.
If I remember correctly, these are the actual items that get expanded. Notice we have access to buying icons, which are very strong, as well as more cause. Now, this is very useful in a New Game Plus scenario if you do not have access to the sabers for these Now, if I remember correctly, Duran, we usually went light side on Duran, so that means we get the Holy Saber. However, we don't get access to Dark Saber normally, unless you go Dark Path on them. Definitely pick up some of these here, even if you do end up making a team that has access to these normally. And this is immensely useful.
Good choice. You come again.
You know, it's true. It's true in Mana. What is true in Final Fantasy on this count, that having a dispel can make some encounters so much easier. Especially if you get you know, something that likes to buff up itself.
Come again.
You just gonna leave this gold out here alone, buddy? You won't notice anything missing, right? We're going to save. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's cash these out, then save. See what we get. Oh. And it leveled it up. Nice! So before you go mystery quest, you know, sorry, before you go quest seed farming, make sure to get level 3. It'll help so much with the grind. Alright. So, yeah. And we're going to be... Let's see. I'm trying to see. Yeah, next destination is going to be the Celestial Peak. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Alright, so here we are. Off screen, we've moved up here to the Celestial Peak starting area. If you have Riesz in a party, there is no... believe she replaced the Valkyrie, you remember right.
Captain, thank goodness
There he is. Took a moment to see him. Finally found a little cactus in this area. Now, there's going to be a little cactus around here, so we got to find him. Alright, so I need to check the location of the little cactus. Oh, it looks like there isn't a little cactus here. That's strange. I could have sworn he's in every area you visit except ones you cannot revisit. And as far as I know, you can revisit this area freely, so... Ooh, we found her weakness! Okay, that was weird. So as you can see, as I said before, Lucent Beam is ridiculous. Straight up unfair. And here we have Flammie, who returns from Secret of Mana. That's the party's mount.
Oh, that's it! No, it's too small to defend much of anything. Oh, is this one a baby? Hey there! We're trying to get to the Sanctuary of Mana. Can you help us? Please step back. I can handle
And I think this scene has Riesz either way, even if she's not in the party.
You are a girl dragon, are you not? Our mistake. I shall give you a cute name as an apology. How do you like Flammie? Lovely. Flammie it is. I am sorry to ask, but we are short on time. Would you please take us to the portal in the sky above Oblivile?
Wait, that's how they pronounce it? And that can be useful early game in a New Game Plus if you're having trouble with MP. Especially if you take Angela again and you want to have more Lucent Beam casts. So don't underestimate how powerful that plus 20 magic is, especially if you have an MP reduction ability. Now, the first time you get Flammie, you're forced to go to the Mana Holy Land.
Let's find that sword. Let's find that sword quick. We have to get it first. Mother might never acknowledge me.
When you get control again, you can actually free roam, and we're going to be doing a little bit free roam before going on with our next objectives. Notice there's a lot of dead bodies, so you can see the three forces have collided.
I will do anything in my power to find my brother. I know Don't keep me waiting.
You wish you'd never crossed paths with us.
Here we go. Isn't
Ooh, they're immune. Well, well, well.
together to defeat this
Hee hee hee.
Okay.
What the? Oh, what the? Huh? That was weird.
That was the last of them. Don't get too comfortable, though.
Yeah, he shouldn't be here in the Holy Land. Let me check. Yeah, he's not here. But he isn't going to be in the Benevodon dungeons. Alright. So, we're going to continue in just a moment. Alright.
We don't need full help in this battle. Let the magic flow through me.
Hmm.
Okay, leave it to me.
Allow me. I will not hold back. Well fought. Of course you won. We want to take full help in this battle. Not like this.
Man, she's a magnet, isn't she?
Okay. This should do it.
Thanks for that.
Here.
Again.
This should do it.
Mental root. Allow me. Don't keep me waiting. Right. Let's go.
Resist Desilol.
The area is clear of threats.
If I say you die, buddy.
Stop going to me. Be careful. This is how it is done in Morocco. Okay. This energy is amazing. I feel so powerful.
Hmm. Wow, one shot.
The strength. Of course you won.
So we kind of made a shortcut there. So this is an alternate location to the Mana Stones. In the New Game Plus, you can use Mana Stones for changing your job, upgrading your job. However, once you hit the Holy Land and advance the plot enough that the stone's cracked, you have to use this Mana Stone. The shortcut we just got makes it easier to get back to this location.
Disappointing.
Kind of fitting we got here on a Mana Holy Day.
Allow me. Hostile entity, be careful. I will not hold back. Don't move. Well done. Okay. Diamond charge. Of course you won.
So this has a little Easter egg depending on who you try to take the sword with. If you try to take it with anybody that's not the main character, you can't withdraw it.
Oh my. I think you are meant to take this sword, not I.
Okay.
Don't keep me waiting.
And out it comes.
Don't rush it.
Well, it'll come out in a moment anyway.
Connection to the sword in your heart.
So the Mana Sword honestly looks pretty badass in Trials of Mana versus the version we saw in Secret of Mana, which was just a generic golden sword. And same with same in the original game too. Right, I should say the one in Secret of Mana was just a golden red sword, if I remember right. Whereas the original 2D one was just a regular, gold sword. It's been many years since I've seen it though.
Mother! Faerie, did you see? Faerie? Oh, come on, Faerie.
So this is a bit of a loophole in that whole Faerie can't leave their host thing. She just straight up got kidnapped.
I got the sword like you wanted. Now what do I do?
And then you end up meeting the goddess of Mana. What's left of her anyway.
I am a shadow of the goddess of Mana. Angela, true wielder of my sword.
You are the goddess of mana? Well,
And I feel like there's a Heidelin and Minfina joke in here somewhere.
Faerie's gone. How could they take her? Careful! It's the enemy. You will not fall. Right. No regret.
Tried.
Of course they won.
Shadow Slash.
Careful! It's the enemy.
So we're just going to avoid battles for now. Get back to the the stone.
Time to work.
Notice on the map he's even treated as a monostone.
Cannot delay.
So straight up tells you, beyond the shadow of doubt, yes, you use this to do that.
What? Gormon! Are you the one who took Faerie?
Don't be ridiculous. It wasn't me.
Now here, on the way out, you're going to see the other two branches being closed for the plot. So here we're seeing the Dark Lich being, taken out of the equation because he has lost the war.
Oh, please. I'm speaking hypothetically. It's the one who stole Faerie from you.
See?
Also obliterated my master, the masked mage. My hands are tied. If I don't do as they say, they won't let me live. Yes. I'm well aware. Well, there I go, rambling on again. There, that's done. Word of advice. It's best.
Fine then. Here I go. All right. No regret. All right.
My potential feels limitless.
And notice you can see in the distance who's up next. And here the Dark Prince is being closed off.
Belladonna, did you take Faerie?
It is over.
All of
Huh?
My master, his dark majesty.
Also, notice her eyes. You don't get a good look at them until right now, but she's got cat-like eyes. This is an indication of what she really is.
To this realm, in order to gain access to the sanctuary. Using the Sword of Mana, we would then revive him. Together we would turn this world into our new homeland of Mavolia. But a new enemy came and destroyed my master's corpse. Now, his soul is trapped forever in darkness, lost to us, just like the Mana Sword. We were utterly defeated. Malokio thought we might still be able to obtain the sword ourselves in order to bring Mavolia to this realm. But a world without his dark majesty. I could not bear the thought. That cowardly fool. Malokio's pettiness was an insult to his dark majesty's memory.
So this is basically taking all the other two paths, bosses out in one shot, so to speak, and resolves their plot threads if you have characters from those storylines in there.
I banished that royal brat from Laurent back to the Citadel.
See, now Riesz has her story wrapped up,
Dark Majesty's vessel once revived.
and if Hawkeye's in the party, he will comment as well.
Elliot, is he safe?
There is no need to harm him. His dark majesty was the...
I guess Seiko's murder was avenged in the end. We can't rest yet. If we don't take care of that enemy Belladonna may be out of the picture.
My father's attack
See?
may have been vanquished, and my brother safe and sound.
So even though their story is technically over, they will still continue on regardless. It's written in to explain why they're still here, even though their motivation is technically no more.
Let us be off.
And even in the distance, you can see who your bosses are. We have Dragon Lord. Well, Dragon Lord here, Dragon Emperor in the original translation.
Stop right there, Crimson Wizard. Give Faerie back.
If you wish to retrieve your Faerie, you will bring the Sword of Mana to Castle Altena. The true queen awaits you, Your Highness.
What? Wait!
So, the story path you pick in the beginning actually does not matter with your main character. I should explain. So, even though we picked Angelo, we're still going Altena. And if we pick Duran, we still be going Altena. So, Dragon Lord will always go to Altena. Dark Lich will always go to the Beast Kingdom. And Dark Prince will always go to Navarro, regardless of which of the two characters you picked for that path.
I have to stop my mother.
Now, technically speaking, you should go. But I'm going to check something. I don't think we can get access further in the tower yet. We have to wait for the cutscene. But we're about to find out. No, we don't want to save. Okay, so now since you have the flute, you have the drum, you don't need the flute anymore. So make sure to take it out. No. There we go. Notice we have a lot of things lit up now. These are locations for landing. But what we're going to do is check out the tower real quick. So I'm pretty sure we cannot actually access the rest of the tower right now. And this is where one of the god beasts are. The Benevolons. They're called god beasts in the original translation, which is still a better, easier thing to say. But I'm pretty sure we have to wait for the sword of, the crystals to break before we can explore this area. So we're going to check it real quick, because generally speaking, when you want to do your job classes, it's much easier to come here and do it here. Yep, okay, so we have to wait for the story to progress enough. Which isn't going to be much longer. Okay, so that's interesting. We can land here, but we had to go a little further out, I think. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so and we could return, but right now we're going to run over real quick and get some of these extra stuff. The area you land at is a different one than when you entered here on foot so many hours ago. We're here for Little Cactus. So we got the Mulberry one. Let's see where else. Okay, the rest of these are inside the Benevolon dungeons, so we cannot go get the other ones right now. We could go back to Window and get that one actually. Same with the Cascade Cavern one, but that's easier to do when we're already in the area for Light Gazer. There's a bunch inside areas that we're going to be going to normally, so we're just going to hold off on that. And since we're returning to this area for the first time, we are now getting a proper cutscene instead of what we had to start.
The Crimson Wizard will have a fight on his hands if he has harmed Faerie.
Notice we are able to swap out even though we're in a friendly area.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse. Oh, good choice.
I had wanted this.
I have an eye for quality.
I love shopping.
Come again.
We have to hold off on armor because right now damage is more important. They can't do much damage if they're dead. Oh, she's not one we could talk to. No wonder.
Don't keep me waiting. Allow me.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse. Do come again. Come again.
We're low on money, so we gotta make do.
I'll take point and leave the rear to you. Don't fix them. That one was on me.
This is how it is done in Laura. Halt!
We gotta go deep inside the castle to unlock this. Actually, let's check it around here. Yep, this is the right way. We're messing around in the dungeons, which oddly we did not see at all with Angela. You'd think we would have seen this, but... Notice, yeah, when you hit level 38 for the first time, or in any game, you know, I guess in any path or whatever, you'll get that notice. So, as far as I know, the mystery seeds do not start dropping until you hit 38. Now, you want to progress the plot enough to unlock for the monostones to crack, which starts the Benevodon dungeons. The Chartmoon Tower is technically a Benevodon dungeon, and you're going to want to use the Silverwolf area to farm them. So we'll go more in Mystery Seeds soon. Right now, he was the one progressing enough to start actually dropping.
We should work together to defeat this. You'll regret it. Victory is easy with reliable companions.
Watch out for the enemy!
Great. Egon! Strengthen! Evil game!
Who needs to, hit elemental weakness? Just laser them to death. Ooh, we critted.
Not too bad, if I do say so myself.
And we're actually going to save our points until our class change. Now, we are technically losing, out, but we're going to do a wee bit of min-maxing because we need to see what we're going for next. Because it entirely depends on what our class change is. So I strongly recommend you hold off on training points. Otherwise, you're going to need to go to Night Market to remap. And we might honestly do that anyway. Sweet. Got the barrier down. Let's just mosey on out of here.
I know what to do. Here. No, thank you. We should work together to defeat this threat. Here we go. You'll regret you did. Mental boom.
Aw, is it over? That's disappointing.
This is my fight. No need to struggle.
you're too late. Now, if you wish to save Faerie and the Queen,
This scene plays out differently if you have Duran in the party. Because Duran is directly involved with the Darkshine Knight.
Please do not move, Princess Angela.
Fiend! How could you?
Call me what you will. I'll take that sword now. If you move an inch, I cannot guarantee the lives of Faerie.
It's I talked about this I'm pretty sure I talked about this in the Let's Play, but it's strange they kept calling him Crimson Wizard even though he has an actual name in his Korin. So yeah, we're just gonna skip this. Now the stones are cracking, and since the Benevolons are now active, we can go to the Chartmoon Tower. Oh, and just like the Faerie flute, only your main character will ever use the drum. Even if you use it as a different character, they will be the ones doing the animation.
Crimson Wizard! I can't imagine what he's put my mother through. He'll regret this. Next time we meet will be his last.
I understand, but think this through. Defeating the Benevolons comes first. Then we can take care of our problems. Got it?
So these all lead to the star markers. Like the rest of the story, will tell you where you actually go to in order to get to your Benevolon. But this is actually, other than going to Chartmoon to farm, this is actually a free roam spot. You can go around, go to previous areas that you missed a little cactus in, or just tackle them in any order. We're not ready to do that yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Chartmoon. Let's see, where is it from here? Should have a marker over it. Let's see. There he is. Duskmoon, yep. So it's due south. We're going to go to Chartmoon and actually farm in there because we want these crystals. Now, you can visit the areas, but again, they will be permanently locked off unless they are your final area. And your final area only unlocks when you've defeated all 8 Benevolons. Well, 7 actually, because the final one is always in the final dungeon area of your storyline. Wait, I thought we had... Oh, this Mobear. That's unusual. Weren't we able to go there, land there before? The map can be a little bit trippy sometimes. There's Altena. There it is. It says we can't land here. Like, look at that. It's clearly on the map. That's so strange. It says that we can't land there, but we obviously can. I think it means land and take off.
Allow me.
Now that the Benevolons are active, we can, farm in here. That's what we're going to do after we do, rest up and... Wait, should be a statue in here.
Monsters tend to come out more at night. Be careful.
Must be one around here somewhere. Oh, it's only at the top. Well, we are in trouble then. We need to heal up now. So these guys right here are going to be your big, mystery seed droppers. And at the, at the start of the Benevodon arc, it's one of the easiest ones you can get. They haven't gotten their power-ups yet.
That was the last of them. Don't get too comfortable, though.
So make sure to equip Metello, the Metello More Encounters ability. That is going to be crucial to getting these guys to drop because they're going to respawn much faster. Oh, it's a weakness. Also, something very important to know is if you're having trouble getting mystery seeds, every Benevodon dungeon has a guaranteed seed to drop. Here it's going to be in one of the upper levels near the save stone. Well, save statue, I should say. Oh, the weak against darkness. Interesting. So let's check our abilities. So you're gonna want to have at least, yeah. And I checked one of my older saves, and apparently I had that equipped. So yeah, it probably is actually working on everybody. So stack up all the luck, the luck drops you can get. You have Nicholas. It's amazing. That's why I recommend having Hawkeye in your party for the first clear. That way you can have that ability in your next 2 runs.
Even climbing down this tower is going to take a lot out of us.
And see, these guys have respawned already.
Gotta get this nuisance out of here. Okay. This should do it.
Allow me. Don't keep me waiting. You're not like this. How's that? Strengthen. Evil gate.
Even climbing down this tower is gonna take a lot out of us.
I know what to do.
Haha, we got our first one! Alright, so we're gonna hope, first off, we're gonna see if we can get another one. And then we're gonna leave here because we want to see if that's Angela's Grand Diviner. Well, Grand Diviner. Alright, so let's leave this area, and then we're going to go to a nearby inn. You could go back to the Mount Holy Land and use the one from the start. But since we're right next to the Mintas, it's much easier to just go over there. Now you can't say scum these, unfortunately. So it's whatever. All right, it's whatever you know. All right, so I'll go into need water. So basically, you can't say scum these like you could in the original game. It's automatically determined when you pick it up to drop. Come on, give me Grand Diviner. I don't know if that's... I think that's the Archmage book. I don't remember the names. Oh! Yes! We got exactly what we needed. I think the game's like, I got you, bro. I got you. So we're going to go switch her now because she gets an ability in that is extremely useful for what we need to do right now. So we got to go all the way back to the Mount of Holy Lands, unfortunately. So we're going to keep running.
Still wish you'd never crossed paths with us.
Time for retreat. Who is switching classes? Try to switch your class.
Yeah, we don't have the other book right now, so it shouldn't let us move it over. Okay, so Grand Diviner versus Archmage. Archmage is great if you want to make a boss killer Angela. However, her class 4 upgrade has what Archmage already has. So unless you want to make something that one-shots anything below hard, anything below expert, you don't need that because her class 4 upgrade will get the Judge 2 ability. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it doesn't show it here, but Archmage gets Judge 2. Grand Diviner gets Tough. Now, Tough increases your bonus damage against non-boss enemies. Is it kind of getting obvious why I said we need to get Grand Diviner? Because Grand Diviner is going to make it very easy to farm in that area. So we got extremely lucky getting in as our first one. And look at her locked ability. That means she gets her magic points back each one. And she also got a pretty nice AoE one. Desperation is also interesting, but if you're getting down to 10% hit points regularly, you're doing something wrong. So we're gonna get this. Grand Diviner is just straight up better, especially for what we want to do in this run. So we're gonna make her a Grand Diviner. So we're going to go do off-screen grinding, and we will be back when we've got that and our next upgrades. Hello, welcome back. So we're going to do some corrections in the next video. But I wanted to show off the level up, the last class level ups for Hawkeye and Riesz. We did end up getting enough mystery seeds in order to get our class items. But again, we'll go into corrections and such next video.
Try to switch your class.
So notice what these two have. One gets to summon Freya. And it's more of a support class. Starlancer is an AoE buffer and has decent stamina, but she can also summon Marduk. So status increase will last for the end of battle. And I believe this lasts due to spells. I could be wrong though, so you don't have to worry about losing your buff, having it wear off. This makes it insane. However, but Vanities is not to be discounted, because that is a strong ability if you manage to get Riesz to level 3 upgrade quickly. Because look at that, managing to get a massive hit point heal after battle. That could be very, very useful on expert in no future. Notice the stat ups. So Vanities gets some pretty heavy ones. And Starlancer trades left side for more right side. Well, a little bit more on some aluminum. Now that she has this an A difficulty below expert, she will be one of the best party members you can get.
Who is switching classes?
Time for Hawkeye.
Try to switch your class.
Now, we didn't get the Night Eye die, so I can't really show off what Ninja Master has, but you can see the general basics. Oh wait, we did get it, sorry. I thought we... I'm going to have to take a look at our items, because I was sure we did not get the Ninja Master die. I knew we got the Nightblade once. The Ninja Master is way more about the debuffing, and it's AoE debuffing, which can be useful if you don't have Riesz as a on her dark path. And you have Nightblade, which is a very strong attack class, and he gets an ability that allows him to quick kill certain enemies. See? So 10% chance of a straight up killing an enemy that has a status effect on it. So you can combo that with Riesz or something. Check it out. Life and Death. So 10% increase for 30 seconds with a class strike. Which, if you're spamming him in a class strike build, Kevin or something, can be very nasty. And the class strike is Shadow Menace. Disorient enemy darkness. Bombard with explosive. I've never really used Ninja Master. But I can see if you don't have Riesz as a debuffer, that he could replace that role. And here's Split Slash, which allows him to do AoE. And you can see Ninja Master has a lot more hit points overall. It's some decent attack stats, but look how berserk his attack is. So. The originals is called Split Image Slice. It's amazing for screen clearing. And you can see we've been holding off because we were getting really hosed on the RNG. Now that we have reset Starlancer, go ahead and just go straight for it. This is something very useful to have, no matter what game mode you're in. She also gets access to Seraph, which is renamed Marduk. Don't be quick to do that though, because look, here we see we can get up to Strengthen right away because we have enough points. And this is what you want to do: go straight for those AoE buffs. Now Riesz is going to be a very staple core member. And also, you can largely ignore this because I personally did not find much use for this ability, Magic Death. magic, magic attack boost, defense boost, attack boost. Those were consistently more useful than the magic defense. And the stuff that would have magic, throw magic at you, there's ways around it. That's just my personal thoughts. So I would suggest, going with this. Consider getting, that as ASAP. You can see we're 7 points away, so you may want to consider remapping and taking away the stamina points and dumping those into intelligence to get her up there, because that will help our party big time. Both Hawkeye and Angela benefit from this. Angela more so. She's already, a super killer, so consider remapping away from stamina. And that's worth using right now because we have Hawkeye doing that. As you can see, this is the only way he can access dark magic in this party that's stronger than what Angela has for her evil gate. Because we went light with Angela, but dark with Hawkeye. And this is actually a pretty useful ability overall. Whoops. Notice the stats effects. Silence, burn, poison, max hit points. Now, if I remember correctly, this doesn't work on bosses, but again, it can be really useful on other ones. Now, this is what makes Nightblade Hawkeye extremely useful in a gimmick, CS, setup like Kevin with crap, who was it? I think it's actually Kevin, Riesz, and Hawkeye that are just absurd in Counter-Strike, sorry, Counter-Strike, but Class Strike builds, comps. Now, this is something that synergizes extremely well with Angela. So this is actually something I would strongly suggest, considering going for. Instead of going towards luck, you can leave that, luck last, because this is what's going to make, the Hawkeye and Angela synergy crazy right now. And I would suggest remapping away from strength, because strength is honestly, with him and Nightblade's innate strength, you can just remap that away and make that last stat or something. Our next bunch of points are going to be going into Dark, up here, try to get Dark Rain. And, once you get into the 70s or 80s, you have more freedom, because after a while you're going to get +2 and +3 every level up. I forget the scaling, but generally speaking, it's early on. It's like 1 and 2. Then once you get into the class 2 range, it's like 2 and 3s. 3 random, 2s most randomly, but more 1s, and then sometimes 3s. Again, I forget the scaling, but that's the general idea. Let's see. Now, I don't think this stacks with Riesz's bonus. I'm not actually sure. Some of these things I've never been really 100% on. This, however, is something we should use because we could debuff, increase his damage, and I'm not sure if his damage is, if Angela's damage should be increased because of this ability or because of the defense, magic defense reduction period. It's unclear, and I really need to research these. I keep forgetting, so I'm sorry. I know I said it before, but I do keep forgetting. A lot of this is straight up not clear. Now, with Angela here, we got some options. Generally speaking, the super farm option is to remap and go all the way to tough, and then use that as your farming ability, because this will increase your damage overall, which means you're not punished for not going all in on spirit or intelligence. I would suggest going at least to, let's see, yeah. You see elemental combo. At least get elemental combo if you're going to be doing farm builds. Because once you get access to upgraded level 4, yeah, it's going to be a lot better. We'll go into this more next video. I'm just giving you a little heads up now about what exactly this is going to be like. Because we are going to be talking about some stuff that I did not realize while making this VOD. But we'll talk about more next video. But for now, look at, you know, when you get your level 3 class upgrades, look at what you want to do. Because at this point, you should be able to remap cheaply at the Night Bazaar. So you can remap Angela, you know, dump all into int up to 21 point. That gives you plus 10 and AoE ice. And then go into strength. Or you can just ignore ice. Sorry, ignore intelligence, go only to 12. And as long as he has Lucent Beam available, you can just turbo farm certain areas. And I say you want to have, you know, at least 12, maybe 15, because, again, we'll talk about this more next video, but there are 2 spots that are very good for mystery seed farming. And both have enemy, well, one has enemies that are weak against dark, but absorb, as well as absorb dark in the same spawn, and, you know, also ignore light, but one will also be vulnerable to light. So yeah, it's okay. It's, you know, this is why I would suggest, you know, pick which one you want to go up to, but always have at least 12 intelligence. There is absolutely no compromise here. Angela needs the elemental bonus. And she benefits too much from not going to at least 12 here in spirit, because that MP saver will help you so much. Anyway, we're going to go pop this. And this does a incredible amount of damage. And we're probably going to make that our, put that on our hotbar. So let's take a look at it. There are enemies nearby. Boom! Fun, huh? Alright, so we'll see you next time.